Let's see how long it takes before I have to put Marshy in his crate. So today we're doing another cryptid pinup because we're going to be doing these to the end of time. Well, that's not true. There is an end to them. However, today is not that day. But today we're going to be doing the elusive Batsquatch. And before we get started, I'm going to tell y'all about the Batsquatch and what it or who it is. Yes, that's a phrase. The Batsquatch is a flying cryptid that was allegedly seen near Mount St. Helens in the 1980s. It resembles a flying primate similar to the ahul or the orangbati of Southeast Asia, and its name is a portmanteau derived from the words bat and Sasquatch. This creature was said to have yellow eyes, a dog-like muzzle, blue fur, sharp teeth, bird-like feet, and leathery bat wings that span up to 50 feet. That's 50. That's a big bird. In addition, Batsquatch is said to be 9 feet tall and has the ability to affect car engines. In April of 1994, Brian Canfield was driving in Washington's Pierce County when his truck suddenly died. Canfield said a large creature landed in front of him. He said it was human-like, 9 foot tall, with bat-like wings, and also sported a coat of blue fur. Ever since then, it has not been seen, and skeptics dismiss it as a hoax. Possible second sighting was reported in 2009 near Mount Shasta in California. Several hikers witnessed a huge creature with leathery wings spanning 50 feet fly out of a crevice in the mountain. At first, an eyewitness described the creature as having a head similar to a pterodactyl. However, upon reconsideration, the witness claimed it was more akin to a flying fox bat. That is a giant fox bat. So that's all that there's written about the Batsquatch. So, not a whole lot. However, there is a hazy IPA called Batsquatch. I have not tried it because I'm not an IPA person. I'm also not like a big alcohol drinker at all. IPAs entirely are lost on me. Though there was a hazy IPA that I had one time last year. My boss at the time gave me some, and it was actually pretty good. I mean, as far as IPA goes, it was pretty good, but I'm not an IPA person, so I didn't care for it. Or, I don't even remember what it was called other than it was a hazy IPA. That's about it. Shall we get started? Because we're 5 minutes in, and already I am ready. Ready to yawn first. Let's see, what? The head here. Body. So that goes there. And it goes straight down. And that's the knee. Oh, should I move it just a tad smaller because I want to get more foot in there. This week has been somewhat uneventful. There hasn't been a whole lot going on. I mean, there has been a great injustice done unto me via the IRS, where they are, even though I did my taxes super early, I think I did them before, I want to say I did them on January 5th, and normally if you do them, if you do them early, they get approved within a few days. That's a big leg. We'll figure it out. But this year, I guess to compensate for a lot of things, maybe having a less workload or less workers, that kind of thing. Because, there's been a pandemic. And it's just now, after having done it January 5th, I'm not getting my refund till March 1st. That's like nearly 2 months. And I'm so used to getting it within 2 weeks of doing my taxes that I'm like, I planned to have it within that time, and then not having it, all my plans are like, cool, I hope my computer or my monitor will last a little bit longer because I need my monitor to do the stuff that I'm doing currently. The arm goes straight like that. It's just a grievance because I know some people haven't even done their taxes yet. I know a lot more people aren't going to do their taxes till like April or like the last possible minute. And like, I'm not trying to be that person like, oh, you should have done it sooner, or anything like that. Like, because people have stuff to do. Like, their life is, there's a lot going on, especially right now. And I'm gonna have to like ignore how bat wings actually work for a minute, because in order to make this work, yeah, I'm not trying to like be like, oh, I did my taxes early, so blah blah, I get it early, or anything like that. It's like, I've always done them early. Like, as soon as I get all of my paperwork in, I'm doing them because I want that money. And I know that like a lot of people like, oh, I'm gonna be paying taxes this year, so I don't want to do it. I want to put it off as long as possible. And I'm like, I get that. So yeah, it's not to begrudge anybody for doing whatever. Can I? So you do you. It's no skin off my nose, you know? It's just annoying when I'm used to a certain way and then suddenly everything changes. And I know and I understand why things have changed. But yeah, it sucks. It doesn't stop sucking when things change, and there's nothing you can do to control it. I hope y'all are trying to understand what I'm trying to do, because I sure don't. I put her too far over. Oh well. I say her. That's less of a her. So one thing about all of these guys is that they are, in my mind, I'm trying to perceive them all as male. And that's because a lot of the time pinups are female. And there's very few male pinups in the world. And with cryptids, a lot of people will, like, if they give them pronouns at all, they say he more often than not. And that's just kind of the, whatever situation. It's very, yeah. They'll say he, because that's how we're conditioned as a society to perceive things as he's. And that's a very societal thing, and I am very much so a victim of that. In my mind, most cryptids are he's, except for ones that are specifically female, like the Ahul, I believe, is female, because she's a flying succubus, if I remember that correctly. And not La Llorona. I did a mermaid of her. The the pink dolphin in the Amazon River that changes into a woman and lures men to their deaths, you know, as all mermaids are wont to do. What was I talking about? Oh, lady cryptids. I guess La Llorona would be... She's not a cryptid. She's a more of a supernatural creature. What are some other... I guess people call Nessie a girl, or they call Nessie female, because Nessie is a girl's name, essentially, or most people perceive it to be a girl's name. But before Nessie got named, she was just the Loch Ness Monster, and she probably could have been perceived as male. And Bigfoot, that video of Bigfoot, multiple times I've seen in mostly in recent documentaries, people are saying that the most famous Bigfoot video shows a female Bigfoot walking through the woods. But if they give these cryptids a pronoun at all other than it, they're probably going to say he before she. So probably we should try to train ourselves to, instead of saying it at all, saying they. Because that's better. And especially with creatures. Like, I know, like, animals don't care about gender because it's a very human concept. Like, they don't really perceive gender the way that we do. We like, oh, that person, that's a thing that I can procreate with. And that's where it ends. But with humans, we have gender roles. We have we have patriarchies, matriarchies, things like that, and it's all convoluted and makes things way more difficult than it needs to be. Yeah, I have opinions about a lot of things that society forces upon us. That down just a little bit to make us think that there's something hiding. I love this. Okay. I have to remember to ignore anatomy on this. Otherwise, I'm going to get too nitpicky. It's a fuzzy person. Very, very fuzzy. Now that I can stop focusing on line art, let's see what I've done. What lines have I forgotten? All of them! No, not too many. That's good. This is actually a boob. Our Majesty here has blue fur, according to all the eyewitness accounts. So let's try to figure out our... Ooh, that's a nice one. Do we have a nice... Put that one there. this is technically purple, but you can get some grays in there. What is this one? I think this is like a blue gray. Yeah, that one's good. That's a good shadow color. So I think highlight, base, shadow. Let's figure out what we want to do with the wings. Do we want to do like purpley wings? I think that would be cool. We gotta figure out something that looks good. I know I put this one back, but I really like how that looks with it. So we'll do purple and pink's not bad. It's kind of gross though. Clean that up just a tad. Okay, so that's a highlight. And then we need, that's a little too pink, and probably this a little too purple. Oh, it's way too dark. I want something lighter. Oh boy. Okay, what can I do? Is there a blue that's too purpley? I'm sure there is. That's also gross. Where's this color? Is it this one? Yeah, okay. Alright, cool. We got our wings. We got our body. Let's already go ahead and put in the red eyes. Let's make up highlights. So this is an area that will be highlighted. And this area will be highlighted. This. These ears. On top of the head, the brows definitely. The rosy cheeks. That's part of this will be highlights. This will be kind of highlights. A little bit of this. Not a whole lot. So I think most of that will be under the body. Yeah, I can't really use my reference picture because it's the main light is coming from this way and not this way, and I want the most of the light to be this way. I'm just doing this to kind of smooth everything out, blend the parts of it that I want to be highlighted. Once again, I am making up lighting rules because whatever. So I actually had never been this far north before in my life prior to me moving to Oregon. And when I was first flying up here to kind of like get the lay of the land and see if I liked it up here, which I knew I was going to, I flew into Portland and I look outside the plane window and I just see this mountain, and I'm like, I've seen that mountain before. I'm like, how? I've never been here before. How could I have seen that mountain? And then it dawned on me that I was like, that's Mount St. Helens. That's the volcano. And I didn't realize that Mount St. Helens is right on the border of Oregon and Washington. So that was like a really cool thing to find out. And then my friend whose dog I'm babysitting right now, actually lives in a place where, just outside of Portland, where you can see Mount St. Helens from like their second story window, and that's like so fascinating to me. It's like, that's so cool that Mount St. Helens is right there. I'm pretty sure Mount St. Helens was dormant until that big eruption, and then it's no longer dormant, and it's probably a dead volcano now. I could be wrong. I haven't done any significant research on Mount St. Helens in a very long time. But just the fact that like this hugely famous mountain just kind of like popped up out of nowhere in my journey here to Oregon, my Oregon Trail, if you will, was just kind of like really neat to me. And the only reason I bring this up is because apparently this guy was first sighted flying out of Mount St. Helens, of course after the eruption, because I think the eruption was early 80s. I could be wrong, and this was the late 80s. It's like people are like not paying attention to Mount St. Helens anymore, better make up a lie about it. I mean, it's a possibility that it's not a lie, and it's just there's always the possibility that a creature like this exists. Even though like biologists will probably come at me and be like, no, this planet cannot sustain a creature like that. And it's like, okay, that's fine. It also can't sustain the Yahoo, but there's still stories about the Yahoo and stories about other flying creatures, giant flying creatures. Like, I know the Thunderbird is a big one. And people, but that's more of an indigenous thing. Yeah, there's also the theory that a lot of these cryptids are interdimensional species, and that they come here to either feed or research us, which is a lot of what people think about the aliens that come here and do a lot of whatever and all that. Wow, have I really been doing this for 40 minutes? I guess I've been putting a lot more detail into this than like my other ones. And also the other ones are pretty small as well, and this one's kind of big. So yeah, I'm doing a lot of back and forth with the colors and everything because I really want to emphasize the lighting, I guess. And that means a lot of blending. Yeah, but all in all, I've been having a lot of fun with these guys, and it's not that I don't want this to end, it's that I have so many other ideas. I really want to branch out and start doing other things, because I have, like I said last week, I had a bunch of other ideas for things that I want to do, and one of those things is probably working on my lighting because it's not as dynamic as I want it to be, probably because I'm blending it out way too much. So let me just get some very strong dynamic lines in there, ones that I'm not going to blend out. Maybe that's more dynamic for sure. I like that. And darken this up. And darken this up. We'll blend that out, and then we'll put more dynamic lighting in there, back in there. Or dynamic shadows. Dynamic shadows? Dynamic shadow. He kind of looks like Beast. Hopefully this comes off as like lighting, because I'm not... Yeah, one of the things will be like me actually studying light, because I do want to do that. I want to do a lot of different studies. I also want to do more art history stuff, because I love art history, and I want to like talk about little known art history facts. Okay, so we just blend this out and then go back over with the light blue like this. And then take this dark one, kind of define that butt a little bit. Just a tad darker. Okay, and then this part will definitely be dark. In fact, I'm not even going to bring the mid-tone back because I'm just going to use the lighter color. It really does look like Beast. Wow. Okay. So for this part, I think what I'm going to do... Ooh. Oh, gross. I guess we're using this. It's going to be so pretty. Well, I gotta remind myself what this is, and we'll just go over that with a different color, and that's fine. But you'll see what I'm doing with that in a minute. I'm not worried about the edges because these are actually slightly bigger than the slots in the frame, so the edges will get covered up by the slots where the matte ends. And I did that on purpose so that I could go over the borders that I made just a bit. So over on my gaming channel, I'm playing this game called The Long Gone Days. I do not remember who it is made by, even though I wrote it down somewhere. And it's a kind of a point and click game, but it also has like turn-based fighting. So, you know, that's pretty cool. And it's hard. or at least the turn-based fighting is hard because you have to be very strategic about who you kill or who you take out first and all that. And, oh, oh my God. I can't believe I did that. I am so lucky. I'm so freaking lucky. I would have had to make the goblin again. Oh my God. That is insane. Like, you can see how when I was blending the Flatwoods monster, how I didn't have anything underneath. I almost ruined Mothman. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so glad I caught that. But I'm impressed that this didn't. It didn't. Oh. Oh my God. Oh. Oh, blessed be the art gods. That was nerve-wracking, just for like a split second of what have I done? What have I done? Alright, which one of you is which? Alright, you're the mid-tone. And you're the... Oh, you can't even open. Yay. Yeah, and you're the... Okay. Oh my god. I am reeling. Like, I am reeling. That was almost disastrous. But it wasn't. And oh, my brain is just... I mean, out of all of the ones to be potentially destroyed and have to be redone, I don't mind that it would have been the Sigbin and the Hopkinsville Goblin, because I'm not super happy with either of those. Like, I liked the concept of this one. I don't really know what to do with this one. It's just weird looking. But if it was this one, or this one, or this one, or this one, or God forbid Mothman, I would just been disastrous. Because, like, I'm so happy with literally all of them. Like even, like, I am happy with the Sigbin and the Hopkins Goblin, but oh, I would have been heartbroken if I had to have to do Mothman again. Just because of, like, how much I adore it. Batsquatch, you've done me dirty. Not that dirty, but jeez. Just, oh, so... I'm just glad I caught it. Yeah, these are going to be lighter than this one. I guess I hope so. I'm going to make... But just because I want them to pop from each other. Like, I want you to be able to tell that there's two separate wings. Make this just a bit darker. Shouldn't be that much definition. Alright, then we get this. And I could have done the translucent thing that I did, like, on Mothman's wings, but that's way too much brain power for me right now, considering what I just went through. I had a very traumatic experience where I thought I had ruined at least two of my pieces and would have had to redo them, but luckily I didn't. Yeah, like, finding out that you almost destroyed hours worth of work is terrifying and traumatic, and I hope it never happens to anyone. So, you know, pay attention to what you're doing. Like, make sure you are prepped before you begin, which I was not. Or at least I thought I was, but I wasn't completely, not in the way that I should have been. Luckily, nothing was ruined. And even if it was, hopefully it was fixable. Like, none of the, like, I'm not going to say that I wouldn't redo any of these, because, like, I've stated before that I do eventually want to redo these. But not right now. Like, I want there to be, like, a grace period for me to, like, I want to make, and I want to make bigger versions of these. These are for a frame that I found at a garage sale. Like, I don't want to have to redo them if I'm not making them bigger and probably working on poses and stuff. And the only ones that I probably won't be able to do very well, I don't know why the dogs are barking, they're always barking at something, are these guys, because I don't know what to do with that, quite honestly. That just seems like a headache and a half. Because, like, I don't perceive them as having knees. Like, even if you look at the original video, they don't even have this joint. They don't have hips. So I just took artistic license and gave them hips so that they can have legs, and they don't have knees, so their legs don't bend. I also took artistic license and gave them little stilt feet. But you know, it's whatever at this point. That's a good color. I like that. The more I work on him, the more he looks like Beast, I swear. Oh, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so the game The Long Gone Days, where you play as a defective, or not defective, but you defected from a cult terrorist organization that is like a military cult, where they train children from like a very young age to be soldiers, and you were trained to be a sniper your whole life. And yeah, I really do like the gameplay of it a lot. I do like the turn-based part of it. I'm not super keen. Well, I wouldn't say I wasn't super keen. I like the gameplay a lot. I like the story is actually really good and deals with a lot of very poignant topics about why we go to war, kind of thing, and it's really, really fascinating. Alright, so we got that, and I'm gonna make this just a bit darker. Again, we gotta get that dynamic lighting. Yeah, sometimes your colors aren't necessarily limited to highlight, shadow, and midtone. You want a range of colors, and sometimes like your darkest dark is not going to get the effect you want, so it's okay to bring out a darker dark if you need to. Yep. Alright, time to figure out some... Ew. Oh wait, or is it color? Yeah, it's darker the further away you are from the light. Sorry, I have a picture on my wall that I use as reference for these kinds of things. Boy, you're a dry one. Well, it'll be easier to blend, I guess. Oh, I'm over an hour now. Okay, so we'll take a lighter yellow and kind of even out these blotchinesses. The problems with yellows is that they're not always different enough to like, you can't really tell the difference sometimes, or they just like blend into each other and become like another yellow, but it's still the same yellow. Where's my blender? Did I immediately give up on that? Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm almost done. That's fine. That's fine. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Hey. I just need to put some detail on the stage. Oh, take care of that area. gonna just go ahead and do this to show that this is completely dark stage outside of the sphere of light. That's my darkest gray, because I don't know if I want, that one's really dark, but, so, let's see, gonna, make up a shadow. Ooh! God damn it! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, today has been a day of near misses, y'all. I swear to God. That's insane. I almost had to redo the Fresno night crawlers because of my own inability to pay attention to what I'm doing. Ho 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 ho. I don't even remember what I'm talking about, but it don't matter anymore. I'm losing detail, but okay, now I'm panicking, so now I'm actually destroying things because I'm panicking. It's like I want this to be over so I can stop destroying it. Okay, I'm done. 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 Just stop touching it. Don't touch it anymore. You're done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I saw something flying in the sky. It had bat wings, blue fur, and had a face similar to eyes glowing red. What? And had a face similar to eyes glowing red? Who wrote this?